Welcome back to the ILA on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation for continuing coverage of Week 3 in the Arena Lacrosse League as the Oshawa Outlaws visit the Six Nations Snipers. I'm Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Productions. Glad to have you with us one more time. Starting goalies for today's game for the Outlaws, it'll be Rance Vigneault. And between the pipes for the Snipers, it'll be Jake Lazor. Today's head coaches for the Outlaws, it's Steve McCarthy in his third season at the helm. His assistant is former NLL speedster Steve Toll. And for the Snipers in his first season behind the bench, Darcy Powless and his assistants are Kyle Jamieson and Vince Longboat. Officials for tonight's game. Joel Furman is the crew chief, and he's joined by John Watson and Matt Chamois. So we're about ready to get started here. These two teams come in. The Snipers 0-3, still searching for their first win. Of course, a very young team led by Ian Martin, who's the team's leading scorer with 14 points, followed by Vern Hill. On the flip side, Oshawa 1-2, lost a tough one 13-9 last night against the Peterborough Timbermen. They are back in action. Their leading scorer, John St. John, with 12 points. That's 3 goals and 9 assists, and Luke Laskowicz will also be in the lineup. So two teams pretty evenly matched, sitting almost side by side in the standings, so it'll be crucial here for a good outing. Now remember, Oshawa coming off a game yesterday, so we'll see if fatigue's a factor. Missing a few of their top gunners in veteran Graham Bergsma. He went down with a bit of an injury yesterday, some back soreness. Mike Triolo also battling some illness, not in the lineup. Tyler Roach missing, and Jeff McNulty, who was in the lineup yesterday, unfortunately not here today for the Outlaws. On the flip side, the Snipers, of course, missing Wenster Green. He'll be replaced by Wes Whitlow, who will wear his number as well. No Kyle Isaacs and no Mason Noble. So all set to go here off the draw. And this will definitely be a possession game. The Snipers, of course, winless, but have lost 3 games by a combined 5 goals. So they've been in every game, and off the draw, it's the Outlaws that come away. Good stick check, but right off the bat, we're going to have ourselves a Visionware power play. So the first power play opportunity goes to the Outlaws, and we'll see if they can't keep some momentum rolling over from yesterday's game. The score, of course, not indicative of the way that game went. It was a goaltending battle with it a 1-goal differential at the half and a 2-goal differential after 3. It wasn't until the 4th that the Timbermen spread the gap, working it around. Big shot, wrong stick side though. Good save there off of Luke Laskowicz, and that one is thrown down the length of the corporate. Vern Hill battling for it with 2 Outlaws. Fishing for it was Vigneault. Couldn't get it, but the Outlaws now will go to work with 1:20 to go in the man advantage. Laskowicz will be the quarterback out there with John St. John on the left shooter spot. Josh Gilray will slide down to the right crease, and McWaters in his familiar spot looks in. Good save. The shoulder by Lazor, and he'll air it out deep, too deep. That's going to go off the boards. Vigneault's going to handle that, and he's going to move it up the other way. 52 seconds to go in the power play. Still scoreless here, just underway, as this will wrap up Week 3 in the Arena Lacrosse League. Round the horn. St. John will do the interchange. Big underhand bounce, and it's a good one. So John St. John opens the scoring. Does it in impressive fashion, and it's 1-0 for the Outlaws. Outlaws take advantage of their first power play opportunity. And off the draw, they're go to work again one more time. Mitch Gustafson will drop it back and flip to Zach Tompkinson, and they will work the right side on a swing to the left. Coming out, Tran, good swim move by Nick Andrioli. And that's picked up. Shot clock winding down to 3. And a big hit there on Mike Bertoli. But either way, possession goes to the Snipers. So a good, young, exciting team having some problems finishing. And, of course, that's where the experience comes in. I already alluded to the fact that all 3 losses have come by a combined total of 5 goals. Big shot from the outside. That'll reset. They retain that rebound, and another possession here for the Snipers. Working around, that's going to be an interference call, and it's going to go up the other way. Again, some youthful exuberance, and they're going to make a few mistakes along the way. Laskowicz with some room, looking for a cutter, thinks better of it, pulls it out. Andrioli was swinging around to the crease. Gage Board over there on the left side. Laskowicz dumps down. Board had his pass picked off by who else but Vern Hill. Vern Hill, slippery too, gets that stick check and loses it. Picked up, and the Outlaws will move it up with numbers. 3-on-2. Laskowicz, wrong stick side, goes to the side. Big save. Good job by Lazor. Still possession, and again, Gilray with a chance. Not able to capitalize. Gilray still looking for his first goal of the Arena Lacrosse League season. He, of course, a mainstay on this squad, and he's going to need to step up a bit for head coach Steve McCarthy and company if they're going to improve on their offense that struggled a bit. That one by Whitlow is flipped back. Shot clock winding down, gets dumped in the corner by Jake Bomberry, and the Outlaws now will go back to work on offense. Gustafson will dump it off and remain on. So a different looking offense here as they work it around. John St. John on the left side dumps it down low. That'll kick over to the right side. Rolling out, Andrioli open at the top. Big sidearm though from Gustafson. Lazor closed that 5-hole, and here come the Snipers. James Chadwick working on the half boards, dumps it off. He'll remain on offense. Danton Miller, one of the team's leading scorers. He's got 9 points, including 6 goals. So he knows how to find the back of the net. Shot clock under 10. Good skip pass, overhand stop. And the outlet pass to Ryan Nolan. And he'll flip and retreat, and the offense again will go on the attack. 10 minutes to go here, opening quarter. Laskowicz avoids a couple of defenders. Hit St. John. St. John loses it. And off to the races. And a beauty finish from Mike McClellan. And we are tied 1-1. So my apologies one more time. It is McLaughlin. And a big hit there. And I don't think there was a whole lot of intent from Brock Farmer, but there's definitely a size differential, and so Paul Jelly, fortunately, able to leave the floor on his own power. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully he's okay. Penalties going to Brock Farmer for boarding. And now the Visionware power play goes to work for the Outlaws. Have already capitalized on their earlier power play attempt. That shot from Laskowicz, good save. And the Snipers now will have to hurry to get it over the timeline, and they do. McLaughlin will flip, he'll retreat to the bench. Outlaws here with, and a good job of finding that corner. So the Outlaws struggle with their power play and give up a shorthanded marker. Set to go one more time, Wes Whitlow with the go-ahead goal for the Snipers. And again, the Outlaws this time will regain possession here, and they'll go to work now on a power play with a minute left in the man advantage. St. John will wait for some help. He's got Jeremy McWaters working the right side along with Luke Laskowitz. St. John sizing things up, and that shot from Laskowitz goes off a defender, and that never feels good today or tomorrow. But stretching that out and moving it along is Jamie Downey. He's going to hustle his way off, and the Snipers now will go to work. James Chadwick going to work some time here with 20 seconds to go in the minor penalty to Farmer. Chadwick working the half boards, draws a double team, under 10 on the shot clock, looking for a cutter, dumps it off, and the Outlaws forced a turnover. Gustafson, good speed, increases the number. He'll roll out and then roll back. All even now, teams at full strength. And St. John with a backhand attempt. Good stop, and there's Farmer out of the penalty box and on the run. He's got Vern Hill trailing, rolls out, can't find a passing angle. Will avoid a couple of checks. He's drawn a penalty, and the Outlaws will be a man short upon touching the ball or gaining possession. Shot clock under 10, dumped down left side, swung over to the right. Big shot and a good save. Picked up, fresh 30, so a chance here with the delayed penalty to capitalize. Snipers had the opportunity. Good defense. Just under 6 minutes to go here. Sorry, just under 7 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Snipers now around the horn with their man advantage. Miller at the top. Big overhand, better save. So Josh Miller with the shot. Good save by Vigno. And the Outlaws now with numbers shorthanded. 2-on-1. Tompkinson goes to the bounce shot. So one shorthanded marker deserves another as the Outlaws return the favor, and we're tied 2-2. Good transition lacrosse on display here as these two teams out running and gunning. We're at the 6:30 mark. Minute and a half to go in the Outlaws penalty. As the Snipers now will go back to work with the man advantage. Josh Miller at the top. He's the quarterback. That's swung over. And a perfectly placed overhand from Jake Bombury. A power play marker, and it's 3-2 Snipers. Not often you see a shorthanded goal and a power play goal on the same penalty, as Farmer draws a crowd, and coming away with it is a speedy Josh Taguri, and he will float it over and retreat to the bench. So good job by Taguri. The Outlaws get the offense out there with 15 on the shot clock. St. John swings it over to Laskowitz, who dumps it down low to Gilray. Gilray looking for a cutter. No one there, and loose ball remains loose. Laskowitz picks it up, but the shot clock violation went off, and the Snipers now will bring it back. Danton Miller sliding down on the half boards left side. Snipers will go into their offense. Miller looking for an opening, looking for a screen. Finds one. That bounce shot wide of the mark. Rebound retrieved, dumped down low. That one on target. Good save, though, by Vigno. And the Outlaws will bring it back with Zach Tompkinson. Good job teetering on the line. Dumps it off, working to give and go. Andrioli, the double team, gets stripped, coughs it up. And here come the nation. Chris George, newly acquired in his first Arena Lacrosse League game. Bombury, good pass. And close to being back in, but a good job of regaining possession. Swung over to Bombury, looking down low to the cutter, and it's a good one off the crossbar by Whitlow. And here come the Outlaws. Going up, going down. Big save from Lazor on Mark DeBrone, and end to end we go with 4 minutes to go here in the first. Tyler Brown had a notion, swing it back out. They'll reset the offense. Good cross-court feed, but Brown not able to keep it in the pocket. And the Outlaws now will work it up. Tompkinson looking for the back door in St. John. Not there. And the Snipers will take advantage of the turnover and go to work. No numbers, so they'll wait, be deliberate, and set up that offense. Dan Miller, big overhand, wide of the mark. That's picked up, racing the other way is Gustafson. He's got some numbers. Will flip it off. Hitting the trailer in St. John. Give and go. Gone and went after a beauty pass. So that's been a bit of the frustration. McCrory not able to catch it cleanly, and the Snipers now will come back the other way in transition, set things up. Big Brett Longboat will stay out there, remain on offense. Good defense by the Outlaws. Shot clock under 10, quick shot. Goes wide of the mark, and no substitute for speed. Aaron Walker puts on the Jets, has another, gets some help, gives it up, beautiful save. So a good attempt by Gage Board, but he was met by Lazor and that left shoulder pad. Outlaws with 2:25 to go here, opening quarter, harassed by Richard Imus. They'll swing it down to the left side crease. St. John out there sets a screen. Stump back. Looking for the cutter. Curl around, good underhand, and we're going to have ourselves an official's timeout. Set to go back to action here, just over 2 minutes to go. 3-2 game in favor of the Snipers, as the Outlaws will generate some offense here. Teams, of course, at full strength. Laskowicz through a crowd. Lazor kicked that to the side. Vern Hill now in transition. He'll bring it in, make a decision, and he tries to go short side, avoids the check. Outlaws now will race back the other way. Tompkinson, good speed. He's got St. John, sidearm wide. Andreoli's going to corral that rebound, get away from the boards. Fake the flip, and he's going to move it on over to the left side. St. John's on the left half boards. He'll swing it over to Laskowicz on the right side. Laskowicz got some interference from Tompkinson, and they're going to saddle Tompkinson with a penalty, and it'll be another Visionware power play. Set to go as the Snipers will go to work with their second power play of the quarter. Minute 12 to go here in the first. Work it around the horn. Look to gap that box. That bounce shot goes high and wide by Josh Miller. Shot clock winding down. Good skip pass. Quick stick wide. Going to have to hurry again. This time goes right into the stick of an Outlaw, and they'll move it up. And in a hurry. Deguri. He'll hold it off. 35 seconds to go, opening quarter. They'll work some time. Tompkinson's penalty, minute 12 to go. Gage Board avoids Richard Imus. Imus stays on him. Gives up the double. He's stripped, and Farmer now will work it on up. With Laskowicz on him, get some help. Farmer will wait, take that bounce shot. It's wide of the mark. Doesn't touch the rafters. 10 seconds to go here. Danton Miller is going to have to unload. He'll look for an opening, wrong stick side, but a good shot and a timely one by Jake Bombury, his second of the game, and it's 4-2 Snipers. .2 seconds on the clock here in the first. And off the draw with 3.7 to go. Snipers will dump it down, look for something, and nothing there. So at the end of a very entertaining opening 15 minutes. It's the Snipers leading this one 4-2. Set to go here for second quarter action. The Snipers leading this one 4-2. Steve Wisniak in the draw. Sorry, not Wisniak. My apologies. Gustafson. And off the draw, Snipers go to work, and it's Pat Corbett putting the finishing touches off the draw. That won by Wisniak, and it's 5-2 for the Nation. Wisniak in the draw this time, but Gustafson will take advantage of it, and the Outlaws have possession. Board will swing it over to the right side, and St. John now here on the left. Laskowicz pops out, gets the pass, and looks for the dump off to Gilray. Not there, and a bullet out of the back door, and a beauty finish. Boy, oh boy, Jake Bombury with the hat trick. Off the draw, big collision, but it was two Snipers as Andrioli dumps it back. My apologies, not Andrioli, Taguri. And Farmer now will bring it back. Snipers working on offense with 14 minutes to go here in the second. Big overhand, skipped aside by Vigneault. And here come the Outlaws. Ryan Nolan working the three-man game, tries to get it back from St. John, recovers the rebound, does a good job going the other way, fake, couldn't pocket it in the short side. Good save from Lazor, but Laskowicz will pick it up. Fresh clock now for the Outlaws. Need to stop this Snipers run. St. John looking for an opening, kicks it to Laskowicz. His big sidearm steered aside. They get a fresh clock, retain the ball. Looking for a cutting Gage board, and that's going to be a high sticking penalty. And the Outlaws are going to go to work on a Visionware power play. Chris George, the guilty party in his first Arena Lacrosse League game. He's on the stat sheet as Laskowicz will kick off this power play, working with Gilray, McWaters, St. John, and Board. Interchange, St. John. Get it back, and he's the hub. Looking for a trailer, and Laskowicz, big save by Lazor. And here come the Snipers running. Headman to Vern Hill, just out of his reach. And Vigneault now will send it back the other way with 1:30 to go in the power play. Board will flip to St. John. St. John backhand pass. Board manages to corral it and will get it back to St. John. They'll swing it over to the right side. Laskowicz. And they get a cutter in Board, but didn't have an opening. 5 on the shot clock. Big shot on the money. Lazor smothers the rebound and looking for Farmer. He can't get it. Taguri, though, with good speed, won that race, and he'll move it up and speed it over the timeline. Just under a minute to go in the power play. St. John had a notion, kicked it back out. McWaters at the top now. Laskowicz sized that up. St. John the rebound, dumps it down low. Play the carom, kick it. McWaters, size. St. John goes low, big save, rebound, Board. Gage Board is on the board, and it's now a 6-3 game. Action in the circle one more time as it's kicked back. Snipers come away with it. And they'll get it over the timeline and immediately set the offense in motion. Out the back door, looking for an opening and finding one. So the Snipers are doing just that as they get that marker back, courtesy Tyler Brown, and it's a 7-3 game. Brown's first of this game extends the Snipers' lead to 4. But it's the Outlaws now that have it in Gustafson, doing a good job. You know, it looks like he's working with a broken stick. Laskowicz will slide it over to Andrioli on the left side. Andrioli dumps it down low to Board. Board tried to put that in the same spot, but Lazor was having none of it, and the Snipers now will bring it back. Corbett. Good skip pass to Danton Miller, his overhand shot. Usually on the mark, good accuracy, good velocity. And they'll work with a fresh clock after getting on that rebound. Underhand again, almost snuck through Vigneault. That by Josh Miller. And the Outlaws now will have to work hard to get it over the timeline. They do. Andrioli beats a man in Corbett. Got numbers, tried to go to Laskowicz for the quick stick, and back in by Farmer. It'll be possession Outlaws with 10:25 to go here in the second. Andrioli, McWaters. One-on-one, Laskowicz, more than a handful, dumps it back out. That's going to go over the timeline. And it's going to be a violation, possession to the Snipers. McLaughlin will dump it off, and they'll swing it around. Josh Miller. And the overhand bounce. Money in the bank. McLaughlin, his second of the game. And he extends the Snipers' lead now 8-3. So we will have a goaltending change as Ryan Shikowski comes in to replace Rance Vigneault. And you can bet he'll get tested early on here as the Snipers work in the offensive end. Left side swung back to the top. Work that shooter spot one more time with Zach Hops, of course, making his Arena Lacrosse League debut. And some good defense there by Mark DeBrone. Forces the turnover. And a violation will give the Outlaws the ball, and we're going to have ourselves an officials timeout. 9:31 to go here in the second. Snipers have gone on a run. They lead this one 8-3. This is the biggest lead they've had in any game this season. And they're catching an undermanned Oshawa team that lost a tough one last night. A little bit bumps and bruises there as St. John in the double team. And shot clock now under 10. St. John gets it on the give and go. Has a look to Laskowicz. It's a beauty. Quick stick finish. St. John to Laskowicz. And they finally stopped the run and cut the deficit. Now they trail 8-4. Impressive job there by John St. John to stay with that double team. Initially lost the ball and didn't give up on the play. Curled out. And then a beautiful pass to Laskowicz as the Outlaws now a little momentum, working 3-on-2, and that's flipped back on an unintentional give and go. Tompkinson tried to let go a bounce shot. Gage Board in there, and here come the Snipers. Farmer with good speed. Goes to the overhand, stopped. Corbett can't get that rebound. Outlaws will bring it back the other way. McCrory looking down low. Trying to return the favor to St. John was Board. And now a golden opportunity for the Snipers. Big save from Shitkowski. And the Snipers are able to get on that loose ball, and they'll pull it out and reset. McLaughlin, beauty pass. So an outstanding finish as Mike McLaughlin completes the trick here in the opening half, and it's 9-4 Snipers. A golden opportunity for the Snipers initially. Good goaltending. Sent that away. Outlaws at the other end had a chance. and then it comes back in transition, and the Snipers end up capitalizing as that ball goes airborne, and it's going to be one more time Taguri that comes away with it. Good speed. He'll wait for Andrioli. And they'll set things up here on offense. Andrioli, good move to avoid a defender. Dumps it down low. And it's Gilray. Gilray will swing it back to the top in Andrioli. He'll kick it over to the right side. That's where they'll work. Good swing. St. John had a notion, went to the underhand. Couldn't find the mark. Gilray can't come up with it. Farmer trying to scoop it up. Violation. Snipers have it. Vern Hill creeping in, takes a pass. Up, down. Good save by Shikowski. And here come the Outlaws as they'll flip. Gotta hurry. Running out of time. And they do. That's going to be an 8-second call. It's going to be orange ball. Snipers now going back to work. 7 minutes to go here. Big overhand, missed the mark. And a good headman to DeBrone. DeBrone will put on the speed, has a defender chasing him up, down, misses the net. Snipers now. Corral the rebound, bring it back the other way. They have numbers. 2-on-2. And doing a good job making a wise decision was Darius Anderson. And they'll pull things out here with Tyler Brown and set up this offense. Brett Longboat out there, along with Wes Whitlow. Whitlow avoids a check, turns it over. And Shikowski with the outlet. And up will come McCrory. McCrory had a notion, pulled it back, waited for St. John. St. John will wait for the rest of the offense, dump it off to Board. Board looking for a cross to Laskowski, Laskowicz, and man, oh man, did he tee that one up. He finds the mark, and it's 9-5. So Luke Laskowicz stepping up for these Outlaws. He notches his second of the game. And the lead for the Snipers is 4. They go to work on offense. Getting a screen, getting a kick back out, and a swing across the other side was Whitlow. Good in-out move, but too much by Hops as he's checked. And the Outlaws now will try and get it up and over the timeline. Taguri finds Andrioli. Andrioli getting lots of time on offense here in this game as they are short some bodies. Working that right side. Laskowicz had an opening, dumped it back off. Andrioli uses his speed, tries the far side. Can't find the mark, but they do get a fresh 30 on the reset. 5:10 to go here in the second. Laskowicz gets a screen, unloads, good save. As Lazor will look, unload, and had Corbett not able to one-hand track it down, and that's going to be an interference call on DeBrone. And that will give the Snipers the balls. They'll hustle in and try to take advantage of it. And Miller will pull it back out. And wide open down low with all day, goes to the crossbar. Did McLaughlin. Almost notched his fourth, and on the reset, Snipers now have time. Swinging around. Josh Miller looking for an opening. McLaughlin sizes it up, skips it over to the left side. Back over, looking 5-hole was McLaughlin. Good save by Shikowski. And that flip goes loose. Tompkinson will jump all over that loose ball. He's got a 2-on-1. Hits the man out the back door, goes to the corner. Beauty. It's McWaters. And we've got ourselves a 9-6 game. After the Snipers reeled off 4 straight, the Outlaws have come back, closed to within 3. Off the draw, though, it goes to the Snipers. They'll move it up with 4 minutes to go here in the half. With numbers, 3-on-2. Give and go, gone and went, and it sure did. Ashton Jacobs puts the finishing touches on a good pass play, and it's 10-6 Snipers. 352 to go here. First half, and ball loose. Outlaws got a little bit of more jump to their step here in the last few minutes as Farmer toughs it out and comes away with the loose ball. In transition, they'll wait for the back door to open. James Chadwick, beautiful try, had a great goal in last week's outing. Tried to go to the one-hander, didn't work, and the Outlaws now will bring it back the other way, Andrioli. Him and Laskowicz will work the two-man game, add St. John in the mix. Corrals it finally, coughs it up though, and the Snipers now, and that's for sure going to be a penalty to Andrioli as Vern Hill now will work wrong stick side and set things up, working with a fresh clock. Snipers trying to add something on the delayed penalty. Looking inside, and it's Vern Hill with the finish. So the crafty one gets it done, his first of this game, and it's 10-6. Once again, I've got to get my counter fixed as the score 11-6, not 10-6. Bear with me here as the Snipers now try to regain that. Tompkinson, a good job. He's got numbers 2-on-1, 3-on-1 now. Good dump off McCrory, can't finish. Big save there by Lazor. And here come the Snipers. They've got numbers. Dump down, quick shot. Stopped by Shikowski. And he sends the outlet to McCrory, and he will get it over the timeline. McCrory had a notion. Draw a double team, peeled off. And he'll find the trailer at the bench. Gilray. Swing it over to the right side. Laskowicz tried to sneak one in the short side, couldn't do it. St. John will have to hurry. Dumps it down low. Good fake by Gilray. Rebound board. And another save. Lazor outstanding in close. Snipers now will have to work to get it over the timeline. As we've got a handball, but we've also got an official's timeout. Set to go here, minute 43 left in the second quarter. And just to give you an idea, the Nation come in, of course, averaging 11 goals a game as St. John, working in close quarters, couldn't get a clean shot off. While the Outlaws averaging just 9, and in the money, Vern Hill with the finish. I tell you, the guy's crafty with hands, his second of the game. It's 12-6 Snipers. So I mentioned about the Outlaws and who they were missing. Didn't mention Ian Martin, the Snipers' leading point getter, missing out of the lineup here. Vern Hill, though, has stepped up. He came in with 10 points, 3 of those goals, and he's got 2 tonight. Swung around, working on that right side, is Whitlow. Whitlow has it knocked away. Snipers, though, get it under a minute to go here now in the half. Working his way in and posting things up. So right out of a playbook for basketball, Josh Miller used his size, backed down Cam Mancini, and went to the far corner to increase the Snipers' lead to 13-6. So to add insult to injury with 53 seconds left, the Outlaws picked up a penalty at the tail end of that goal. And the Outlaws now will go to work with a man advantage, and they will take a timeout with 45.7 seconds to go here in the second. .7 seconds to go here. Outlaws go to work on the power play. Power play, one of the tops in the league at 89%. So very efficient. That good quick stick, stopped, reset, and the cutter. Big save from Shikowski 25 seconds ago in the half. Board will dump it off, and they'll call a timeout in the offensive end. 19.8 seconds, net empty at the Oshawa end, as they will set it up, play 5-on-5 and try to move it a bit closer before the half. 10 seconds to go, and working on that was, looks like Laskowicz. Ball loose, blocked, and that's going to do it for the half. So after 30 minutes, it's the Six Nations Snipers 13 and the Oshawa Outlaws 6. Well, as Tyler Brown on the Outlaws side of things. John St. John with one, McWaters. Gage Board has one, and Luke Laskowicz has two. Ball loose on the boards. Snipers come away with it, and racing out of the pack there was McLaughlin. Puts on the brakes, drops it off to Danton Miller. Miller will flip and work the left side with Jake Bombury. Swing, still 30 seconds to go in the Snipers' power play. Tried the no-look pass. 5 on the shot clock, and that's a violation. So the Outlaws now will look to kill the remainder of the minor penalty. That, of course, went to the netminder and Shikowski. So for unsportsmanlike conduct. Outlaws net empty, as they will use 5 to kill off this penalty. Andrioli had an opening, got stripped late by Vern Hill. Took a hard hit, still has it. Shot clock winding down. Andrioli got a shot off. Vern Hill scoops up the loose ball, and he'll move it up, and Lazor took matters into his own hands. He claims that Andrioli was in the crease, and not the case, as it now will be Outlaws ball. St. John, good backhand dump off. Good hard shot. Lazor steers that aside into the screen. Remain possession Outlaws. St. John out there with Andrioli and Laskowicz, looking for Andrioli in the middle. Too much traffic. Ill-advised pass. Gilray out there working some stick. Snipers now will get it up and over the timeline. Vern Hill will size up the situation and dump it off. Zach Hops. Hops with the flip. Miller couldn't handle it. Good job to retrieve that rebound. Miller sidearm, stopped by Shikowski, and Shikowski, and off to the races is Taguri. Taguri flips, and now they're working on the right side. Going hard to that net was Gustafson. Couldn't find the mark. St. John's bails him out, makes a good move, and gets a shot off. But off the shoulder pad, and up the other way go the Snipers in transition. Corbett puts on the speed, doesn't have any numbers, puts on the air brakes. He'll wait for help, and he finds it in Bombury. Bombury shot off a defender. Whitlow dumps it off, gets it back, goes to the underhand, stop. Shikowski looking up, finds Laskowicz. Laskowicz with nobody there. Late on the D, he comes with a sidearm. That's a good shoulder pad by Lazor. And here comes Richard Imus and the Snipers. Makes a good decision, dumps that off. He'll retreat, and they'll set up the offense. .11:35 to go here in the third. Ball loose in the corner, picked up by Corbett. Goes underneath the split two defenders, finally loses it, and the Outlaws now will get it and try and move it up. Gotta hurry. A good pass better defense as McWaters does a good job to get it to St. John's. He dodges two defenders in Farmer. Now he's got backhand pass. Good hands. Beautiful finish. St. John to Andrioli. And we have a 13-7 game. An outstanding effort by both St. John and Andrioli. St. John to stick with it, make a good backhand pass. Andrioli, good hands to reach back, grab that with one hand and then park it in the low corner. Outlaws now go back to work on offense. Trailer sizing things up. Andrioli feeling it, kicks it back to St. John. St. John with a defender on him, looks down low. Right to McCrory, and he sneaks one in. So the Outlaws showing a bit more life here in the third. They close the gap to 13-8. Off the draw, Snipers get possession, and they will bring it into the offensive end in Chris George. Didn't mention Sky Sunday. He too making his all debut, as that's going to be an interference call. And right now the momentum in favor of the Outlaws, as they're screaming for a penalty here with possession. And once again, in yesterday's game, it was a costly too many men call that gave the Timmerman a two-man advantage. Great pass, St. John to Gilroy. Gilroy in the crease, and it will go back the other way. So best to ease up, as Steve Toll is giving the officials a real earful here with just under 10 minutes to go in the third. Nanton Miller swinging around to the right side. They work it back to the left. Doesn't take long. That shot off the crossbar and over. So that will take us to our officials' timeout. .9:42 to go here in the third. Snipers going to work here on offense. Momentum has been in favor of the Outlaws, and Tompkinson now will get it, hold on to it, go the other way. Good head man. And he'll get it back, can't handle the pass. Snipers will take advantage. Corbett will race up into the offensive end. Go one-on-one, good defense, good help. Dump back out, looking down low and all alone, and a big save, robbing Josh Miller. Snipers working for it. Outlaws come away with it. They cough it up. Corbett finds the corner. Big goal. Pat Corbett, his second of the game, and it's 14-8. So Pat Corbett comes up with a big goal. Right time to slow that Outlaws run, and here come the Outlaws again. Underhand by Andrioli, stopped, and all over the loose ball were the Outlaws. Good hustle, and they'll set things up on offense. Board over to Andrioli. Andrioli will dump it off to McWaters, and McWaters will get it back. Andrioli's overhand ill-advised. Rebound picked up. Goes right to Lazor, and you know he can throw it right into the basket. Vern Hill, quick shot, stopped. Looking for the trailer wide open, dump back, oh, couldn't finish. But they pick up that rebound, and a shooting gallery for Shikowski, and he's come up big here. Made some big saves to keep his team in it. Gilray, need a little something more from him here on offense for these Outlaws. Kick back out, pass, airmail to St. John, and Imus is going to run this one down, play it where it lies for the Snipers. Does a good job to try to avoid a couple, a little too much as he's double teamed, and the Outlaws will get it back. Over the timeline, and to work goes Laskowitz. Working on the half boards, gets the ISO, help comes in Imus. Force him back out, kick it back out. Gilroy back to Laskowitz, and his shot well wide. St. John picked up the rebound.
Snipers almost scored on their own net. That's going to be a back-in call. And Oshawa's going to retain possession with 7:24 to go. Board to Laskowitz. Again, working that same sidearm. Not working, hasn't found the mark yet. Shot clock at 15. St. John avoids a defender. Andrioli rolls off one, goes to the far side. Big save, rebound. Gilroy robbed again. In close, backhand attempt, no. Andrioli gets it, fresh clock. Throws it away as Lazor gets it now, and he'll send Farmer away in transition. Laskowitz chasing him, back checking. Farmer goes to the shot, doesn't flip, picks up the rebound, dumps it over, and an easy finish for Corbett as they take advantage. Corbett's third of the game, and their lead increases. 15-8 for the Snipers here with 6:40 to go in the third. Nation regained possession here off the draw, and they'll trot over the timeline. It's Ashton Jacobs. He'll flip, give it off to Hops. Hops looking for the screen and roll. Has an opening, has a defender on his leg, gets a shot off. Good save by Chikowski, and that's back in possession Nation. Looking for that cross-court feed, ill-advised by Bombury. And the Outlaws track it down. They'll move it up the other way. Tompkinson now will race over. They've got numbers. St. John hustles to get in the rush, and Tompkinson decides to pull the trigger off the mask, and Sniper's not able to field it cleanly, and we're going to have a too many men call on the Nation. The Outlaws will go to work here with another Visionware power play, their third of this game. And they'll work it around the horn with Gilray, McWaters, Laskowitz, St. John, and Gage Board. The five on the power play unit for these Outlaws. St. John sizing it up, dumps it to Laskowitz, tries to slip that one 5-hole. Nothing doing on Lazor, and another lofty pass handled by Vern Hill. St. John on him, a beautiful play. So John St. John doing it at both ends. Snipers, though, pick up the loose ball, and they'll try to work some clock. So Vern Hill got a bit of taste of his own medicine as he specializes in the interception and the stick check. And a big shot from way out from Brett Longboat, who finds the mark with the bounce, 16-8. Second shorthanded marker of the game for the Snipers. With a minute left in the man advantage, the Outlaws now will try to get that one back here, trailing by 8 goals. St. John has done everything in his power here to try to keep this one close, as the same power play unit that was just out there go back to work. No look pass to a cutter, good stop, as Laskowitz hasn't been able to find the mark with that sidearm here today, and out in all alone is Steve Wisniak. He'll dump it off to Danton Miller. 20 seconds to go in the penalty. They'll swing it over to the right side and work on the half boards. Sky Sunday had it momentarily, lost it, regained it, and then lost it again. And with 5 seconds left in the penalty, the Outlaws now, both teams back to full strength. St. John looking for a screen, dumps it off. McWaters can't field it cleanly. Laskowitz will pick it up, throw it down on the crease. And that's the call, as we will have an official's timeout. .337 on the clock here left in the third quarter. Snipers now will work it into the offensive end. 5-on-5 situation as that pass goes errant. But a good job of scooping it up, and off to the races go the Outlaws. They have numbers in transition. Tompkinson pulls it back out. Ill-advised pass down on the crease. That's the call, and an opportunity squandered. Here come the Nation. Chadwick. Flip, he'll retreat, and it'll be Bombury. Look to a cutter in Josh Miller. Half-hearted attempt in traffic, and the Outlaws now looking to take advantage. Looking for the trailer. Andrioli looking for St. John, but he had a man draped all over him. Here come the Six Nations snipers. Speed, and a lot of it. McLaughlin, his 4th of the game, and it's 17-8. Off the draw, the Orange going back with possession in Corbett. He'll swing it around, and they'll get it up to Farmer. He'll slide over the timeline, and it's Hops. Farmer looking for that far corner, took a little something off it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good in-out move by Sky Sunday. Gets it back to the top. Whitlow double teamed, and the Outlaws forced a turnover. They'll bring it back. Taguri got a lot of mileage on the carpet here in this game. Doing a good job on defense. McWaters, his shot stopped. And Lazor will send the outlet pass to Chadwick. Chadwick has an opening, got a screen. He's going to tuck it. Good defense by DeBrone, as DeBrone stays all over him and takes it from him, and he'll move it up. Gustafson with St. John, no one there. Gustafson waits, flips, no, fakes, dumps it off. They get it to Laskowicz, goes in. Good stick check, though, by the master, Vern Hill. And the Nation will have to hurry to get over the timeline. They do. McLaughlin. Leading scorer in this game with 4 tallies. And we're getting close to the final minute to play here. Big cannon from Longboat. But here comes Andrioli. Straight breakaway. Up, down, and he loses it. And we're going to have a slashing call on the play. Snipers are going to be a man short. So with 50 seconds to go here in the third, Brett Longboat will spend 2 minutes for slashing, and the Outlaws power play will go away. They've had 4 power play opportunities, but have given up 2 shorthanded goals. Coming into the game, the power play was only working at a 64% rate, and that's right into the stick of Vern Hill. Him and Farmer 2-on-1. St. John in the middle. Farmer, wait, stop, shot, stopped. 21 seconds to go here. St. John will get it up to Laskowicz. They'll have to set it up here for the last shot. 15 to go in the third. Laskowicz, big overhand, stop by Lazor. He'll look to uncork that, and he does. It's just too high, as the third quarter will come to an end. 17-8 in favor of the Nation. Locked and loaded here for the fourth quarter. The Nation will begin this quarter a man short with 1:05 to go in the slashing minor to Longboat. Outlaws need to generate something here, trailing by a bunch. And important that they try to cut into this deficit 1 goal at a time. And they will send their unit out there with St. John, of course. Joined by Laskowicz, bounce shot wide. And he's been misfiring in this game, as that's a violation. Nation now will try to take advantage. Corbett takes a pass from Farmer. Good hit by DeBrone. And Corbett will peel off and work some clock. Under 20 seconds left in the man short situation. Josh Miller trying to set a screen. Corbett had it, now lost it. Did a good job I thought, but he caught a bit of that white. DeBrone will look out of the back door. Good job by Vern Hill to knock that down. Snipers get it lofted way out. And a golden opportunity again, big save. So with the goaltending change there, I thought that it was Shikowski back in there. He's not. And I will have to get you the name of the third goalie here on that roster as the Outlaws now get the rebound. St. John swing it back out, Andrioli. Andrioli gets it back, goes to the overhand, tries to slide that just between the arm as Lazor. He's having none of it, and it's out to Vern Hill. Working a bounce pass, back door. Big overhand finish, and a good one as Tyler Brown teed it up for his second of the game, and it's 18-8. So going back to the basic fundamentals and utilizing that overhand, still the most effective shot in the game. As I wasn't sure who would return in net or who was in goal for the Outlaws. Rance Vigneault back in between the pipes after being pulled in the second. And the Outlaws now looking to generate something with Laskowitz. He will shrug off a defender, create some room, give it over to Board. Board, no one there. McWaters went for it, interference to call, and it will be a fresh 30 for the Outlaws. 12:30 to go here in the fourth. St. John, swing it over right side, big overhand by Gilray, goes off a helmet, no reset. Gilray avoids a check, does a good job, and then dumps it across. Good skip pass, that one by Board right on the Snipers logo. And Lazor now will have to hurry, get it over the line. They do. Hops, swing it back to Whitlow. Whitlow dumps it back and trying to stretch and reach over and park it in the corner. Just got a piece of the goalie, so a fresh clock. Whitlow, good job of hitting the cutter, and boy, oh boy, snipe from the far side, and a beauty. First career all goal for Zach Hops, and it's 19-8. So Whitlow, of course, filling in for Wenster Green. Big hit from Farmer. And the Snipers now take it to the net and sneak another through. Sky Sunday, he gets his first Arena Lacrosse League goal in his debut, and it's a commanding lead for the nation. So a team that averages 11 a game has almost doubled their total with 20, and the Snipers, of course, struggled after losing their first three games by 2 goals and a goal. DeBrone will peel out. 11:15 to go here in the fourth. Andrioli looking far side, can't find the mark. Outlaws get it back. 10 on the shot clock. That pass from St. John snuck it through. Laskowitz goes back to the overhand, and a good decision as he'll get a fresh clock now. Look for an opening. Farmer all over him. Farmer will knock it up, and of course, who else but Vern Hill will scoop that up off the carpet and wait for some help. Not, of course, after sizing up the situation, as he'll retreat to the bench, and they'll get some fresh legs out there. Looking for Josh Miller in the middle, knocked down, picked up, and St. John on a breakaway. He'll go up far corner. John St. John, second of the game, and it's 20-9.
You take a look at the Outlaws' offensive droughts, or their woes per se. So 2 goals in the first. They managed 4 in the second and 2 more in the third. Conversely, the Snipers have been lighting the lamp on the regular. And with that ball loose, Laskowitz still working hard in there with their with him as board, but here come the Orange. Now with 10 minutes to go in the fourth, you can bet Darcy Powless and company will be very deliberate here on offense. The clock is certainly on their side. Good spin move, but better defense from DeBrone. Kick back out, working on the left shooter as Longboat had it stop. Ball caroms loose, and Andreoli's going to, Tagori's going to go hard to the net. Good speed, 5-hole as Tagori makes an outstanding move and cuts the deficit now in half, 20-10. .934 to go here in the fourth. Off the draw, Outlaws still fighting hard. 2-on-1 though, come the Snipers. 3-on-1. Tompkinson gonna play the extra goalie, and off the post was Pat Corbett. Managed to scoop up the rebound, and the Nation now will work with a fresh clock. Good skip pass from Whitlow. 10 on the shot clock. Working on his wrong side was Bombury. Takes a hard hit. That shot right on the mark by Tyler Brown. And we're going to have ourselves an officials timeout. 8:49 to go here as we're set to go off the officials timeout. Gage board, high pass. Gets it back on the give and go. He'll dump it down low. St. John working left side. Kick it around to Gilray. Gilray working on his wrong stick side. Will use the hand, fend off a defender, curl back, and shoot it back over to Board. Board, and a big overhand by Laskowitz. And he's got 3, and it's now a 2011 game. Still the most effective shot in the game. Good old-fashioned overhand. Doesn't necessarily be the prettiest, as a delayed penalty call is going to go to the Snipers, as Laskowitz now in tight, stopped, and have to remember that a guy doesn't have to fall for it to be a check from behind, and that was a prime example. Danton Miller, the guilty party there. He'll spend 2 minutes in the box. And back to work go the Outlaws power play. St. John, Laskowitz working at the top. They'll work the 2-man game, and Laskowitz goes to the overhand. It's blocked. Snipers now will look to move it up. Farmer just out of his reach. He'll hustle down. Use his body to shield it. Ball loose, some help comes. And it's Farmer, though, with 2 defenders that comes away with it. He'll dump it off to Vern Hill. Vern Hill will look, lob it back to the top in McLaughlin. McLaughlin throws that one away right into the stick of Tompkinson. Tried to headman to St. John. Just missed him. 1:05 to go in the power play. Speeding over the timeline, and complaints that he didn't do it from the Oshawa bench, as that's an awful lot of barking when you're trailing by 9. Corbett will work the half boards. Shot clock winding down, and Bombury, too many fakes. Didn't matter, as that one's lobbed down, and St. John will get it, settle things down with 30 seconds to go in the power play.
Laskowitz. Swing it, St. John, back to Laskowitz. Fakes, sidearm, stopped. Andrioli rebound, fresh 30. 10 in the power play. McWaters goes to the overhand. He's stopped. And Outlaws regain possession. Laskowitz. 2 in the penalty, and the bounce from Gilray. Reset called, and teams now all even 5 aside. Sidearm underhand from Laskowitz, and he's got his 4th of the game, and it's 2012. The Outlaws close the gap now to 8. Still showing a little bit of fight, and that's going to be a high sticking call. And that is the case, as the Outlaws will go back to work with another Visionware power play. .540 to go here, as one more time the Outlaws again will go to work. St. John, top corner. Pinpoint with not a lot of room, and the deficit now 7. St. John with his 3rd of the game. And some momentum here for these Outlaws, as they have not thrown in the towel here with 5:25 to go. They have possession. Snipers don't want to be guilty of playing the keep away game. You know, that certainly doesn't end well. Give and go. McCrory and St. John coughed it up, and a good stick check there as the Outlaws get it back. Gilray looking for a trailer. Finds Laskowitz, goes to the overhand, blocked by Vern Hill. Hill loves to keep that stick in the passing lane. St. John, good skip pass on the money. Only one that could get that was Laskowitz, who goes to the underhand. It's blocked, can't find it. And the Snipers now are going to be saddled with another penalty as we go to the officials' timeout. Chris George did the crime. He'll have to do the time now with 4:35 to go in the 4th. Outlaws go back to work on another Visionware power play. Round the horn, St. John sizing up. Laskowitz, overhand, missed the mark. Ball loose. Good job by Gage Board to keep that ball alive, and St. John picks it up. Back to the top. Laskowitz working. Gets it to Gilray. And shot clock winding down. It gets flipped, and it'll be possession to the Nation. Nation have gone a long time without any offense, and Corbett now will get it over the timeline and stay away from those boards, as he will flip it off to Longboat. Longboat, one-on-one. Tries to sneak one in. Good save by Vigneault. And the Snipers get a fresh 30. A minute to go in the man short situation. And note that the Snipers, very efficient on the power play at 89%, but just 33% on the PK. Whitlow double teamed. And the Outlaws now manage to force a turnover. They bring it back. 3:17 to go here in the 4th. 7-goal deficit here for the Outlaws. McWaters to Laskowitz, who will tee another one up. St. John will track down the rebound. They'll work with another fresh 30. 15 seconds to go in the power play. St. John, shot wide. Off the boards. Tries to corral the rebound, cannot. Snipers now will come away with it, and Corbett almost did a scorpion. And the Outlaws now working down on the crease. Gilray robbed! Big save by Lazor. All the way down, and playing the carom. Ball loose on the boards. DeBrone in there working hard for it. He's going to get called for the push. Snipers now have it. Vern Hill. 2:20 to go in the fourth. Snipers trying to take advantage and hold on to this 7-goal lead. Vern will dump it off to Tyler Brown. Swing it around. Quick shot. Stopped by Vigneault. Back come the Outlaws. Andrioli using his speed. Had a notion to head man. Does. And there's St. John. St. John gets the screen, curls around. Takes the shot. And it trickles through. So St. John and the Outlaws, his fourth of the game. And it's a 6-goal deficit. $1:53 to go here in the fourth off the draw. Good job by Wisniak, but he has it stripped. And the Outlaws now are going to hustle up, make this game very interesting here as Gage Board will bring it over the timeline. Bringing that back and letting her go was Mike Vertoli. And the Nation now will bring it over the timeline and work some clock. Hops. Hesitation. He flips it, gives it off, looking again for Hops. That ball goes off the boards, and here come the Outlaws the other way. Headman, St. John, working in two defenders. Backhand pass, a good one. Shot wide by Laskowitz. It'll go all the way down, and a violation. Nation, though, will play it where it lies, so they'll get it deep in the Oshawa end. Minute 7 to go. Sky Sunday. He'll dump it off on the screen and roll, and making it look good was Wes Whitlow. Second of the game, and that could be all she wrote here as it's 21-14 Snipers. .54 seconds remaining here in the fourth. It's a violation will go to the Nation. And they'll still try and press as probably best to pull it out and work some clock. Very deliberate here, screen and roll. And Danton Miller in tight, couldn't find the net. Outlaws will try to push it. St. John, Laskowitz. Two-man game. Looking down low to Gilray. It's intercepted 15 seconds ago in the fourth. And that's going to be about all she wrote here as they'll get it over the timeline and pull it out with 7 seconds to go. And that's going to be the game as the Six Nations Snipers win this one 21-14 the final. They pick up their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. The Outlaws fall to 1-3.